go on. Consumption is the act. We talked about that. All right. We should also appreciate to an equal significant extent in social groups and relationships that are beyond consumption. We should produce and we should be citizens. And that's what we're going to get down into this a little bit later on in the broadcast about majority of us, we don't produce nothing. But we go and make somebody else rich and we don't own nothing. We don't own no land. We don't own anything. So we'll make the money. We'll go to work and we'll go in debt to get something, but we ain't produce nothing. You know, the scripture says you should not be a borrower. You should be the lender. All right? But we're not that. That's how society is shaped and how things are. We are always in debt to somebody else. And you should be in debt to nobody. All right? I'm starting to learn that at 53 years old. I'm learning that, you know, you need to get out of debt and get in a position where you are producing and controlling your destiny and your future. All right? All right. Let's move on. Excuse me. With consumerism, we lose our connection. Key word. With consumerism, we lose our connection. Very, very powerful word. Connection. That's just like a light. If you plug that light into the plug, you're going to get electricity. So when you turn on the switch, you get light, right? But if you take that cord out of the socket, the connection has been broken. Same thing with consumerism, all right? Same thing with consumerism. We lose our connection with where the products and services we consume come from because we lose any real understanding that the things have to be produced somewhere by someone. So what that means basically is we're not worried about where it's produced as long as we have it. We're not worried about, well, as long as I got it, I don't care what, I'm going to get it anywhere I want to get it. We got to start getting in the mindset of producing the goods that we want to have. But we can do that. You know, God created everybody equally, all right? Now, if we learn how to blend our resources together, we can create a lot of the resources that we use and have control over it. But we allow somebody else to come into our community and make things and sell it to us, but you're not benefiting from it. You're not benefiting from it. But we don't care, we don't understand that consumerism is killing us and it's destroying our society because it's destroying man. Man is controlled by what he sees. You see what I'm saying? And we are the driving force in our families and our communities. And when we out of position, then everything behind that suffers. All right? Wow, that's huge. All right. Why should we engage in a debate about organic food when the FSA tells us that nutritional value is no different? The limit of our responsibility is to do the best for ourselves by getting the quality we want at the best possible price. And there's nothing wrong with it. Shopping around and doing those things. There's nothing wrong with that. But we got to get into a mindset of start producing things for ourselves. Until that point, we're going to continue to be driven by consumerism, and we're going to continue to make somebody else rich, and we're going to continue not to own anything, and we have no control of nothing. All right? Masculinity. We're going to talk about this, especially in the black community. And we're going to talk about this a little bit later on as we get down further into our broadcast today. All right. With consumerism, we no longer have real responsibility. There's no responsibility because you put it off on somebody else. Because we as a people, we are too lazy to come together and work together and produce things and have control of it. We rather put the responsibility on somebody else, so we don't want to do the extra hard work. Well, without hard work, then you don't gain anything. Anything worth having in life, you're going to have to work hard for it, regardless. No matter how you look at it, how you slice it, it comes up the same way. All right. Because we become merely the consumer of the political parties. Our role is a representative. We talk about politics, all things of that nature. That's what happens. We are in control of nothing. Until we get control and come together, consumerism is going to destroy us. All right. Masculinity and consumerism. Masculinity and consumerism. When thought of consumerism, is typically thought of females who play the biggest role, which usually they have been for many, many, many years. But male consumerism contributes to society in a different way. Listen to this very carefully, man. Much of male consumerism is related to economic classes. Because men want to be accepted in certain class. They want to feel important. They want to feel part of. All right? Let's look at this. Males with more money tend to overbuy and have many items that they do not need and never use. Because they want to be, well, he got money. And see, you want women to be attracted to you, so you buy certain things that other people may have or other guys at your office may have to be a part of that group. All right? But actually, you can't even afford it. But you will go in debt to do that, to be associated with that crowd. All right? Most recently, men have been spending more money and have been much more interested in their appearance than ever before. We just talked about this before. They want certain type of shaving creams. They want certain type of bath salts. They want to go get a massage. There's nothing wrong with that. They want to go get pedicures and manicures and all these other things that we don't really need, but you can do yourself at home. You can buy yourself a manicuring kit, all right, and do your own nails, all right, and soak them and get the bowl and all those things. But we spending money where we should not be spending money, all right? This may seem typical of men. However, men focus on their appearance too much, and that is so very true. They may seem feminine and lose respect from other men, and their attempt to attract women, there we go again, will most likely backfire on them, all right? You got to learn how to be yourself and be who you are in God. That's the key. The male consumer focuses on buying goods that will show off his financial stability and increase his appeal to women. Those are the two things why men buy certain things. Number one, he buys goods to show off his financial stability, that he has money. And two, to increase his appeal to women. Those are the two reasons right there. Right there. Two reasons why men consume a lot of goods, because he wants to show girls that he got some money. He got a good job. He got this type of car. He got this money. And he feels that that will attract more women to him, because you got to understand, men are moved by what we see. All right? So he feels if he puts up a good show or a good showing, that will win more women to him. All right? Praise be to God. For men, being able to display a strong charisma is an important part of masculinity. Okay, yeah, but not true. You got to know who you are on the inside. That's what we're talking about. How has consumerism and consumption destroyed the fabric of masculinity? It has destroyed it because we are no longer focusing on who we are in God. We're focusing on how we can show how much money we got to attract more women. And that's not what it's about. It's about leading, providing, and what else? And supporting. All right? Come on now. Y'all better talk to me. More and more guys are becoming smarter, savvier shoppers, making purchases that will better their appearance. There it is again. We're worried about the appearance. That's destroying our masculinity. That's destroying our role in society. In recent times, men have been seen in a new light. They are taken over as the primary consumer in today's economy, which is true. This makes sense because men have a lot on their plate. They must look attractive, impress others. Here it is. What we're talking about, appearance. There it is again. We want to look more attractive. We want to impress others by what we have and raise our family. So we want people to look at us and look up to us for what we have, or what we have achieved, what we have done. And he talk about nothing about the inner man and the connection on how God created you. All right? Has nothing to do with that. For years, advisors that targeted women believed that they played the head of the household role, made the majority of purchases for the family. But the cause and effect relationship is changing. Statistics show that men are just about equal in consumerism rates as women. So why is there the inequality in the market? Men have always been thought of as the most important people in politics and the economy. And why should that be misrepresented in the marketing industry? All right, let's look at this real closely. Men with families of their own have been splitting the buying with their wives. Men want to be a part of the spending on things for the house and the family as well, okay? But usually men, when they buy things, they buy big ticket items, televisions, stereo system, cars, video games, all that stuff that big tickets. Women are not concerned about that, all right? They're concerned about having clothes for the children, having food in the refrigerator, and having the bills paid. The man want to have the biggest television, all right? He want to have the man cave. He got to have the pool table, whatever else that draws his attention to make him look more how can I say, more part of the man group, or what we call the man box, to be more part associated with that makes him feel successful. And other people look at that, man, you got a 65, a 75, wow, man, you must be doing good on your job. You see, he wants that appreciation that he has arrived. You see what I'm saying? And that's what destroys us as men, because masculinity, our masculinity has been destroyed, because now we are no longer focusing on our inward, but we're focusing on our outward. And us buying things is not bringing attention to what's on the inside, it's bringing attention to our physical man, not our spiritual man. All right? Wow. Are men taking over as primary consumers? They are. In some rights, they are. All right? Advertising has been more recently aimed at men because they have been buying more products for themselves. And that's true. What I say about advertising, about media. All right? Whoever is in control of the media is in control of the society. Everything that's put on television today, majority of times, are focused towards men through women by the way they look, or if you smoke this type of cigarette, or if you smoke this type, or if you drink this type of drink, you have this type of woman. If you wear this type of suit, if you drive this type of car, you're going to draw this type of women. You see what I'm saying? It's all about what? Financial stability, all right, and attracting women. That's what it's not about that. It's about your inner man. That's where we lose at. You got to understand how and why God created you, and concentrate on this, on the inside. All right? Wow, this is huge. Men have been buying all these things because they want to look good. Men have had an increased interest in their self-image, which is true. In the article, Male Consumers, Do's, Morons, or the Next Big Thing, the author discusses how mostly everything a man buys is about looking cool and sophisticated. Here it is again. Looking cool and sophisticated. He wants to be seen attractive, to attract women, or get appreciation from other men that he's trying to outdo. It's about competition when it comes to another man. All right? It's always about competition. He wants to outdo the other man. But he wants, on the other end, he wants to attract the woman. You see what I'm saying? To make her feel, oh man, he's a good cat. He making good money. He got this, he got that. Wrong reasons. But that's how society is being ran. All right? Let's get on. Let's get on with it. Let's continue. All current want to be cool and sophisticated. All current advertisement is about being cool. Either that or technology. We talk about the technology, about cell phones, computers, whatever else is out here. I ain't really into all that. I know some things here and there. But I mean, so much stuff out here on the market to draw your attention away from who you are as being the man that God created you, to create a monster when it comes to buying things and getting yourself in debt for something that you really don't need. All right? All right. Let's continue on. But even if it's technology, it's technology meant to make you cool. So you get, we talk about all things on market. You got body sprays, you got certain shampoos, you got this, you got that. It's all these things to look cool and sophisticated. Men are catching up to what the women have been doing for years. Men want those expensive jeans or that fancy face wash, if we just talk about that, all right? Men are taking it from the professional women and are stepping up to their game with their buying habits. For young men mostly, but even some older men, the main thing on their mind is to impress women. There it is again. The two main reasons why men consume, why they consume is what? To prove they got financial stability when they may not. They just putting on a front or a mask, and two, to attract women. Those are two things that are destroying masculinity. That's how consumerism and consumption has destroyed masculinity. Because now we're taking our focus off what God created us for. And now we're focusing on what the enemy wants us to focus on. Not building up our spiritual man, but building up our outward man that's going to perish anyway. All right? And we're going to talk about this after the new year. We're going to get a little bit deeper into this, dealing with man and what is man and the things of man. And we're going to get down and dirty with this after the new year. All right, let's continue on. Appearance and the vibe being get off is the most important thing. They believe in attracting women. Being able to attract many women gives a man a heightened sense of masculinity. Just because you think you can attract women or women look at you, that increases your testosterone or makes you look more manly? No, it doesn't. Because you really don't know what a man is. You don't know what a man is. Because you think being a man because you're 18 or you're 21 or you drive a certain car, you have a certain type of job, or you got certain CDs, a certain amount of money, that does not make you a man. Who told you that you are a man? And we're going to deal with this issue on our next broadcast coming in the year. Who told you that you are a man? Things do not define you as a man. The things that you have, the things that you possess, the things that you buy and consume does not make you a man. You think that what makes you a man, but it does not make you a man. That's what society says. And society doesn't matter. But I know to most of us, we want to be what society wants us to be. We want to be accepted. We want to be liked. Wow. I hope you got that. They know that they are attractive and powerful because women are flocking to them, right? This is not always the case. But some men need the attention from women to maintain a healthy self-esteem. Because some men, that's true, a lot of men don't have a good self-esteem. And they feel that if they have a woman on their arm, that makes them feel more manly or more masculine. All right? All right. Journalist Jay Clarkson discusses how men are stressed by trying to maintain their masculinity, but at the same time trying to reach unachievable levels of attractiveness. What did I say before? You are not perfect, and you will not be perfect. As long as we continue to look at the image on the television or in magazines, and we're going to try to achieve that look, we're going to go work out, we're going to get these type of running shoes, we're going to go work out, we're going to get certain type of dietary pills or certain type of supplements, we're going to have a six-pack abs and all this. All that stuff is well and good in its proper place, but we're missing out on the main point. You building up on the outward, which is going to fade away eventually anyway. So what does it, the scripture says, what does it profit a man if he gain the whole world and lose his soul? Or what will he give in exchange for his soul? If that's what we're doing. We're selling out our soul, which is our physical appearance and our thinking and our reasoning to society, and our spiritual man is dying every day. Good God from Zion. Woo! The growing pressure on men to attain visually unattainable standards or physical perfection, like we just talked about, has been blamed for the recent dramatic increase in male drug use. There it is again. We just talked about this. Cosmetic surgery and eating disorders. Although this pressure is nothing new to women or gay men, it is relatively new phenomenon among heterosexual men whom harmonic masculinity has demanded that they avoid any possibility of being perceived as feminine. So, but see what they're saying is, we do all these things that women do or want to do to be more attractive, but we don't want to be looked at as being feminine. Well, you're doing the same thing that women are doing, and it is feminine, all right? Because what's happening is we're doing the same things that God told us not to do. Don't associate yourself or do things or wear things, or wear things that's associated with women and vice versa. Women shouldn't be doing things and wearing things associated with men. So why do we do these things? To please somebody else that don't even care about us. But we want to get their attention to make us feel important, to make our self-esteem go up. For what? Nothing. Wow, this is huge. Clarkson, men are being faced with new problems and are not sure how to handle the pressure being caused by them. Most people think that women are the only ones who are being scrutinized for not having the hottest body, here we go, or the best hair, but now men are also being put under the pressure, under the microscope. Men, of course, want to look great, but they do not want to seem as if they care too much about their appearance. Well, you're putting yourself in that position, man. When you're focusing too much on your appearance, that's what's going to happen. And that's how the enemy is going to destroy you. Because eventually it's going to fade. It's going to fade. You're going to get older. All right? If you don't want to get older, well, you're going to die young. All right? It's your choice. All right? Wow. Men feel a regained sense of masculinity